In this video, I am going to explain what is Spring ORM, and we will do also one code from scratch end to end, and I will show how you connect with the database. So one important thing, I assume that you must have one database already installed in your laptop. So I do have the I have the MySQL, and but you can keep any RDBMS. Okay, and I would recommend that please visit my previous all the videos on Spring. If you see, this is the playlist for the dependency injection. All the videos have the code and to end step by step. It will be easy for you to understand. And I have also a few videos on the Spring MVC that will again all the videos are the hands-on, so it will help you to set up the project in very quick way. So the ORM is that this is object relationship mapping. So if you see the old days how we used to connect our Java code into database, always we connect through the JDBC, right? And a lot of dependency would be there. So tomorrow if you want to change the database, again you have to change the JDBC driver, and again you have to change the code accordingly to you, right? And that the big tight coupling was there. So now in nutshell, if you see the if you use the ORM, then the huge coupling could be happen. So your Java code would not directly connect to the database. Your Java code would connect to the ORM layers, and ORM will connect to the database. Just and ORM will take care of everything for the JDBC. Just you have to give the entity mapping and the DB info and ORM details, means which ORM you are using and what is the direct, all those things to ORM, and that's it. Everything will be take care. But the advantage with the Spring ORM, that along with the ORM functionality, you could also able to use the core Spring like inversion of control, dependency injections, and the MVC. Everything you can use that. Okay. So without further delay, let us start the code here. You open Eclipse, create one Maven project, and quick start Maven project you can do it. Again here, again you came org.apache.maven, and we have to again add all the dependency in the form, and within 10 minutes you will have to end-to-end project. And meanwhile I want to show you I have database MySQL. Okay, so I would say you can also install the database, and to for the UI purpose for database I have used the DB viewer, so it's easy to see all the data in the database, right? So if you see right now I have this much of the tables, right? And one database is there U2 that I have made for your the demo purpose. Okay, and the same information you can get it here. Okay, so come here, take the quick start, and if you could able to see this org Apache Maven, and take the quick start 1.4. Okay, and that next, and give any group ID and artifact ID. I will say Spring ORM demo. Okay, and finish it. First and foremost, add all the dependencies what is required for that. So go to the pom.file. So everything already there. We have to add some properties, means which version you want. So we will go to use the Spring Framework 4.0.3, and Hibernate version we will use the 3.6.9 final. So let me add both here. Anyhow, I will share the code also in GitHub and share the link. Once you add here, now we go and add one by one all the dependencies, right? So first dependency is that Spring context and the Spring transaction. So this is the first dependency, Spring context and the Spring transition, right? Next we will take for the ORM purpose. So Spring will connect to the ORM. So we took the ORM here. If you see, this is the ORM, right? Then I will take for the Hibernate. For Hibernate, I need the two dependency. So one is the Hibernate Entity Manager, one Hibernate Core, and last we are going to take the MySQL, because we need the MySQL connectors, right, to connect the MySQL. So this is a MySQL dependency. So I'm bit scrolling slowly. If you want to see, you can see, or anyhow I will show the code. 1 2 3 4 5 6 dependency I have taken it. Okay, now if you see this arc site, automatically they create the one application.java, right, app.java. Just check everything is working fine or not. Is everything fine? Okay, good. Now in the main, means I'm showing the main, means here this main, in src main java, create one XML that we have all the configuration. XML, it is already coming in my case, and then make one config.xml. You can give any name. So if you see, I give the config.xml. So in config.xml, to make the compatible for the Spring project, so you have to add something like this. They have all the schema, XML, NS. I'm not going to discuss all those things, and of course we will close the bin, right? So okay, I will come here later, but first how it works, let me explain you. So what happen, suppose if you in the UI, in this code, I'm not going to UI, I will start from here. So you have the one student entity, and you have the one student table, right? So you have one student table in database. So suppose you have one student table in database. So for corresponding, you have the one entity here. So, and our purpose is that it should be saved into the database or do the CRUD operation in database. So what we used to do, we used to make one student do that we have all the CRUD operation methods, right? And okay, and we have the one interface. This is up to you, but for your time being, saving the time, I'm not going to make the interface. That student do will hit the Hibernate template, and Hibernate template will hit the session factory. And to make the session factory, you need the data source and Hibernate detail and the entity that I will show you. Then this session factory hit the JDBC and they will connect to the DB. In the same way, we have to make one student entity, and we have to make one student DAO. So let us go and create the here. So go here, create one class. I am giving the package name as a entity and give the student. So if you see here, I have the student.java, right? So now what we have to do, in very fast way, I will make few and then I will have the name and I will have the city, small things, right? So to make the entity, you have to inform through the annotation, entity annotation. So it is okay. And if your database table name is also student, then no need to do anything. But if your database table name is the different from the entity name, then you have to use the table. Yes, and you have to name, and you can give student record something. Okay, if this table would not be there, they will create the table, so don't worry for this. And as I am knowing, this raw number is the ID, this is the primary key, so you have to give the ID primary key. And if you you have to also inform that this is your column in database, right? So if the same name is there, it's okay. Otherwise, if different name is there, you have to specify the table column name. So suppose in my database table, this column name is the role, okay, and for this name there is no any change. So same name is there, so no need to do anything. And here also just you have to specify I have the same name. If you everything make it, then I will say make the parameterized constructor, so it will be easy for me to coding. So go and constructor using the field. And along with this I need one default constructor also, that is required by the Spring. So I make the default constructor and make the now make the setter getter method, right? So you have to make the setter getter method. Right click, source, select all, and give the setter method. That is sufficient for the entity, right? Now close it, and now we have to make one DO, data access object here, right? So go in class, give the package name as DO, and make the DO and give the name student DO. So what you have to do here, I need the important thing as I showed you in the diagram. I need the Hibernate template, right? So first and foremost we make one Hibernate template, right? And this Hibernate template has all the method what you want to do that. If you want to go, just select and do the F3, it will show the source code for the Hibernate. You go and see how many methods are there, how it connect the database, everything, right? Okay, and then we need one setter getter for the Hibernate template. So again go to the source and make the setter getter method, select all. Yeah, now I need all the method here, right? So if first and foremost I have to make the insert method, right? So insert method, they will insert the student record. Is not understanding, where is the student? Here is the student, and you have to just do the if you want to return the ID you can return, otherwise void is also okay. So you have to do the Hibernate template dot save method is there, and it will save it. That's it. Now the same way we have to make the update, right? So update, for the update same we have the Hibernate template dot update. We have many, we have the bulk update, and I am just interested for the update, and you have to pass the student. Okay, we have insert, we have the update. Now we are going to for the fetch one record. If you want to fetch the one record, how you fetch the one record? So you have to give the raw number. On this raw number they will, or you can shape one line of code. You can do the direct Hibernate template, right? And dot get is there, which class you want. So I want the student, right? So you have to student dot class, and you have to give the ID. In my case, our case, it is the raw number. And then we need the two more method. If you want to delete the record, right, depend upon the raw number, so we can delete the record. So what you have to do, Hibernate template dot delete, but it will not delete with the raw number. First it will fetch the data. Once they will have the data, So what I'm doing, I'm calling this method get student and passing the raw number. So it will get the data, then it will delete it, right? Now if I want to get all the records, how I will get it? So it will return the list of record. So I will say all student, and of course import is the util list, right? Yeah, return Hibernate find, and here you have to little bit give the kind of SQL you have to give from student, your entity name. It is showing error. Why it is showing error? Because he is saying the typecasting, I know. So do the typecasting, that's it. So now your student do is both is okay. So go and make the bin for the student do, okay? So come for the config. Where is our config? Here is the our config. Come here and make the bin for the student. So when you make the bin for the student, so what happened? Let me show in. So this is my, if you go the student DAW, this is the package name, right? So you can copy this package name and give the package name here, right? And I need the Hibernate template, right? Is the property there. So right now I don't have the Hibernate template, so make it empty for time being. Take the shortcut and the bin close, but I need the Hibernate template, okay? So on top I will make the Hibernate template, right? So make the Hibernate template as you see here in this diagram, right? I need the Hibernate template, but for the Hibernate template again you need the session factory, right? So if you see here for the Hibernate template I need the session factory, right? So again make the ref. When I will make it, then that time I will give. But now I got the Hibernate template, so you can put the template here, right? So you can put. Now I have to make the session factory, right? So for the session factory, what you have to do, you have to make the session factory that we make. And for the session factory, I need the three information, right? 1, 2, 3 data source, Hibernate detail, and entity. So for the data source again here, but now I have the session factory, so we can give the session factory name here in this ref. And for data source I will make it, okay, don't worry, I will make it for the data source, means we have to make one data source, but let me give the entity information here. So this is the entity information. If you go the student, right? So where is the student? Our student here, right? Go there, copy the package name, so should not be any confusion, and give the complete package name here and student, right? So now third, the Hibernate detail, right? Hibernate properties, three things we have to give the session factory. So now this is the two property, and third property we have to give the Hibernate, right? And then we can close the bin. But still I need to make the data source, right? So now I am going to make one data source. But for the data source we need many database informations, right? So we just I'm closing here. Now this data source reference I can give here, right? and give all the database information. What is the JDBC driver, username, password, everything you have to pass, right? So this is MySQL database, and this is the URL. YouTube I showed you. This is one we have one database, and this is username, password. So everything is done here. Done. I am almost complete now. Now we have to go to the my final Java class. From here I can execute all the codes what we have done so far in front of you, config and the found.xml dependency, everything, right? So now let me start from here. So as we know, first we have to make the student dog, because everything is the student dog. All the methods are there in the student dog. Let me make one small little bit, right? It is too much big. Okay, so I got the student dog class, and through the config class, right? We have the bean student dog, right? Let me check this bean is there or not. Yeah, we have bean, right? So no problem. And now we can call one by one all that. So let me first make one student. Of course I want to make my name too for the first one. So I will give the 1110 Vinod and Bangalore, right? And now I want to save this student, right? So how we can save this? Just you have to call the student do dot insert and student. That's it. So let me show this code. And now if you see here, let me come, I will show here. If you show student record is not there, right? In our entity I have given student record, so they will create one table student record, right? Okay, let me run the code and see if everything fine or not. So should find everything. Okay, he's saying he cannot resolve the required something Hibernate 3 and 4 when one issue is there. So go to the DAO, something we have used the so I have given the 4, it should be the 3 because of the dependency for the 3. Okay, again go to see the or the errors, right? So now again go and run the code. Okay, again I got some exception, and that exception is saying that closing inbound peer close notify blah 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 something. Yeah, he's able to make everything, but he's trying to insert the record, right? Student record. Okay, let me check whether data went or not. You can say that's one record came, right? Student tables. And I want to see that what are the in student record. Yeah, data inserted here, right? It is might be the old, make it clear it. So everything is fine here, right? Now we have to check the other information. We check the insert, then we have to check the whether this data is able to read or not. So what I will do, I will copy the code. I'm trying to read the data 1110, right? This time I will not insert the data, because if you insert again it will say the duplicate errors, right? Let me just and in the student, what you do, you can make one two string, so it will be easy for you to show all the records. Two string generate. Yeah, now go to the app, and here you can just do it and see whether he's able to fetch of the 110 record or not. Some exception is coming, I don't know. Let me, I will check later, but for time being you can ignore this one. SSL connection closing in bond some certificate, that's no problem, you can continue. So see, it is returning the data, right? This is the data we insert, right? If you verify here, you can see that this is the same data, 1110 here, Bengal, right? Now suppose we insert the data also for time being. Okay, and I will insert with the 111, and I will also get it, and I want to update now. So suppose I want to update, so this record, what record is doing, I want to update. So for the update, instead of the Binod, I want to give the Binod Suman. So what you have to do, again you have to call the update method, right? After the update, wait, it will see whether this has been updated or not, right? This is the 111, so if I retrieve 111, it should be updated, right? So run the code, go to the down. So now if you see, it is able to update, right? They might insert one new data also, right? I say 111. So if you go here, they have the two record, right? The same way, if you want to delete the record, so it's easy, it's very easy. So we suppose I want to delete the record 111, right? So don't do any insert for time being, and okay, yeah, so 111 should be deleted. So right now, if you can see here in the 111, it is there, right? Now or you can delete the 110. So now after executing these things, 110 should be deleted. Now let me check. This 110 is deleted, right? But if you want to fetch all the data, how you will see? Oh, right now we have only one data, right? So what I will do, you add one more data here, insert 120, right? And forget about the delete. I no need to want to delete, I no need to want to update. Okay, I want to just fetch the data, all the data I want to fetch. So I call all the students, right? And then call this method, it fetch all the data. Thank you very much. Please be kind and subscribe my channel and like this video.